everyone, welcome to Dice and Dynamics. I am one of your beloved players, Fish. We are a live Twitch stream that people usually watch on Sundays or on their morning commute. So hi and hello. So sorry that you're going to work. We take WotC modules and we make them better. That's it.
Hey, that's
Please watch
true.
us.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back. We are currently in the midst of making WotC module Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus more interesting, fun, and original, which has had wrinkles applied to it due to the release of the hit video game Baldur's Gate 3, which features a number of characters and locations that also feature in this campaign. So that's fun. But nevertheless, the last we left our heroes, they had returned through time from Barovia to the Tower of where Mordenkainen, Jeremina, the Lady of the Brambles, Chukka, Clonk, Leighton, and a army of um, monodrones began to or welcomed you all back from your adventure in Barovia. However, there was one person that was not present, Olaf, who elected to stay back in time in Barovia to both be with his family and potentially reconvene with the heroes in the future, because that's how time travel works. So um, we then ran into a strange vehicle approaching the Tower of and it became very clear that its intentions were somewhat malicious, we'll
Dubious.
say. Yeah. And it charged on the tower, and the party handled it, taking captive a strange individual, bringing them into the tower after realizing that they were kind of unlike the others in the vehicle, of a actual legitimate name you don't have yet. But after some reintroductions, some time spent looking over the changes to the war machine that Jeremina had made in the uh, future past, um, that is where we picked up. Mordenkainen was ushering everyone into the large dining room, which you have all dined before, knowing that a hearty feast is waiting on the table for you. Um, the table is set with many of the same items that you all requested first time a hero's feast was provided for you in the tower. And then there's some, to the best of your guess, sort of um, specials menu, chef's favorite, just guessing on individuals who hadn't been able to provide their dietary restrictions and needs. Um, the table seems a little bit longer. There are extra seats. This is likely the presence of brambles. Um, and Mordenkainen ushers you all in. There is a roaring fireplace, and a sort of evening sky um, magically painted on the arched ceiling.
So pissed. Oh, so what kind of food do you like, baby? So most of the meats are mine. Like if you see a meat that's kind of like fully cooked, it's probably mine. I am willing to share, but in return you do have to hand me over the bones because I love the marrow. Um, so what do you like, baby? And I'll make sure it's portioned out for you. Okay, okay, a little unnecessary, but permissible. And she's been I'm not holding you hostage. You can go whenever you want. Well, I don't have
Um,
your books. I am literally the one fighting for you to have your things.
I
Yeah,
put them down somewhere.
Siobhan's a cop.
I'll put them down somewhere. I don't know where I put them. I gave you one. I gave you the one with the gem on it. Oh, his ink, yeah, because that's what he asked for. I gave him inkwell and oh, paper. Paper was also given to him.
I think
Mhm.
Jermina's keeping his plate full, like sliding over mashed potatoes, whatever. She's watching him eat with like a very intense gaze. No, she's just like in awe.
Oh, would there be like a table next to the entrance of the tower? Like a little
Uh,
table side table where you can put keys and shit traditionally.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, a table with a fake plant on it. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Siobhan
there's
would have put
definitely
the
an
books
area for
there,
that.
and so when she's like, I don't have them. I put them down somewhere.
As you are all start digging in, um, the residents of the tower, specifically the ones requiring eating, Mordenkainen, the Lady of the Brambles, Chuckaclonk, and Leighton will enter and take their seats and begin like fixing themselves their plates. Try not to interrupt whatever is happening. Um, Leighton does appear to be paying somewhat close attention to Pist, just sort of watching his mannerisms and things like that. But other than that, Mordenkainen seems to be in his own little world, as he tends to be.
Is he still talking about spheres?
I would say that you could probably fairly assume that he has moved on from ranting about spheres to simply pondering them, and that may be because, and that may be
He's
because
pondering the orbs.
he's pondering the orbs. That may be because he wore his voice out, so you do see him reach for a couple glasses of water before he really starts digging his food.
So pissed. Not to move on to business. Is anybody missing you right now? How much do you think you could put a monetary value on how much they're missing you? Oh my god, you're not from here? Are you Oh my god, how long have you been here?
Where are you from on the material plane?
What 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 was that, Marty?
Yeah.
I asked him where he was from on the material plane.
Okay, where you from? The Sword Coast. Okay, so there's
Moonshay
ocean.
Isle?
He's not cool enough to come from the Moonshay Isle.
Hmm.
Hey, Siobhan,
Yeah.
Marty, Freya.
Yeah.
All right, hold
Um,
on.
sorry, we're having a little private convert. You can eavesdrop. Yeah, just you can eavesdrop. I don't really mind. Do we care about Raga Draga? Like, is that a thing that we're trying to like mediate, work with, balance?
Well, if he's going to end up posing a threat to what it is we're doing, then yeah, he's got to be taken care of.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, outside from piss. Like, imagine we never met. Raga Draga never made an attempt on us. Is that like something we're concerned with?
I mean,
If you never made an attempt, then it would be a moot point.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, we're not fucking with the dragon cultists because we know they're, I mean, just gonna fuck us 6 ways to Sunday. Um,
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think we would bother.
the dragon cultists at the same time ultimately never really threatened us. They have some sort of dubious plan going on, but because they didn't threaten us, they weren't necessarily an issue since we had other things that we were trying to accomplish. If
well,
Raga Draga is directly affecting our safe haven, as I would probably say, then he's an issue that needs to be handled.
I guess I was just wondering if there were any politics we wanted to deal with, if he was allied with anybody we cared about.
Oh, so you're talking about it from like, should we be concerned about going against him?
Yes.
Okay,
I
no
have I
idea.
have a follow-up. I have a thing. Okay, that's great. So, our guest here doesn't seem to like them very much.
We can
What is in
assume. We can
Yeah.
assume at this point with like a decent amount of precision.
Do you think maybe we could offer like revenge? You know, you help us
I think
with
that'll
Rag.
work.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I feel
What do you
like
think, Pest?
yeah.
Oh, you want revenge or not? On the person that
Ragadraga.
you may or may not have been working for. And like I said, I don't have your books. You can go get them if you land.
Maybe no. Well, okay. See here, I cannot
We don't
speak
know
for
if we
Siobhan.
will get killed.
Yeah, I'm not speaking for Siobhan and Marty. I am interested in maintaining a positive working relationship with you. Because if you're managing items for whatever Ragadraga. Well, no. But that means you have vital experience with magic items. And so kind of we've been leaving that really to Marty. And I mean, Marty is indispensable, incredibly talented with
Mechanical stuff.
no, baby, what do you do?
I'm an
What's
artificer.
with artificing? And I think having additional knowledge because we're looking for magic items and having that relationship with knowledge.
Employee is a strong word.
Yeah, but yeah, but like as an independent contractor.
You're not going to get paid.
Well, no, okay.
Well,
I'll give him like we'll pay you with goods and services. I cannot offer money, but I can offer really good massage, which is not a euphemism,
And also a new outfit.
and a new outfit. We are Siobhan. What are the kids saying? Slaying cunt.
Oh, yeah. Slang cunt.
I can have you slaying cunt.
It's so much fun to say in Siobhan's accent, too.
mhm.
The 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 pro- the proper accent to say such a thing.
You're right, fucking cunt.
Marty,
Yeah.
say it.
Slaying cunt.
There we go. All right. Hey, Rhea,
Yes,
say it. Say slaying cunt.
slaying cunt.
He sounded so sad when he said it.
Yeah, Ray is just so quiet and like.
So
Oh,
so
God.
I'm participating.
what we can offer you, sweetheart. Room and board, food.
Food,
Yeah, we can
transport. Technically, you will
transport.
be transported places.
Travel. You'll have
Travel.
plenty of travel opportunities. Um,
There is not a lot of advancement opportunities. At least not traditional ones. You're like get a lot of experience, but you're not necessarily climb the ladder.
and you will be an equal member of the team with full rights to your property. Because I mean, if you misuse the books, then we just
Oh,
kill
that
you.
wait.
What?
He said he's in.
Oh well, can I? Can I finish a spiel?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking about it while he was talking about spheres. Travel medical. It is by an unlicensed amateur staff member.
Hi,
But
nice
we
to
do
meet you.
have
Hello.
two medical um
Practitioners.
practitioners. Thank you so much, Siobhan.
Yeah.
Um,
One magical,
we
one not.
we do have weekly card games that they're optional, but kind of manda
Mhm.
you know.
Mm.
Um,
I am going to teach them how to play spades.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I love cards. Siobhan's
Mhm.
so fun. Yeah, not a
Also
lot
have
of
the one
advancement
once.
opportunities, but I promise that you start off at the same level as us.
Okay.
I think of this as like an anarchic, democratic,
Commune.
libertarian. Whoever talks the loudest is the leader, which is usually me.
That makes a lot of
Um,
sense.
But if you outtalk Jeremina, which good
you
luck.
can't. I think you could.
Hmm. Yeah, we haven't seen what you're capable of yet. It's completely possible you will outspeak Jeremina and thus become the leader of the group.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a few times Marty's been the leader. I've given up the mantle to Siobhan. Rhea's the only one with actual leadership experience.
But she's
in
very
the,
young.
in very different context than this.
Um, is that? I think that's it. Yeah, travel. Connections. God, the connections you can make with our group.
You're going
Um,
to make a lot of interesting connections.
I think I've already said that I'm in. As long as I get
yeah,
my
but I
books
want
back.
to
She's
teach my
got to do. She
spiel.
let her do it.
I thought it was over because it sounded like you were trying to
No.
figure out more.
This is the her talking so much part.
Ah,
Yeah. But I'm good now. But I
okay.
am the king of Gauntlegrim's, like, baby mama. So there's shit going on. I cannot wait to update you. I get to make a little I get to make a little pamphlet.
Marty, you're shaking your
Sounds
Somewhere,
head.
good.
somewhere dressed in bright red in a little palanquin, Silkas is like, hmm.
At this point, Leighton will lean in and will say, uh, "Did you said Ragadrag, correct?"
Yeah. We believe that he's the one responsible for trying to invade.
It was more so just trying to the way he was asking for the photos. It was more figuring out what it is and what he could use for it.
So it was Braga Draga.
Well, apparently I'm part of your company, so yes.
You agreed.
I did,
Hey.
and so I'm answering the questions.
Wait, hold it. Will you tell us your name now?
Oh, yes. Name is Jacko. Jacko's Riversong. Oh,
Jacko
Jaco.
Riversong.
Jaco
Jaco.
Riversong.
Jayco River song.
Mhm.
That is so melodic. That's such a beautiful name.
It
I'm
was.
Jeremina Isabel Kennis. This is Siobhan.
Brannigan.
The,
Thank
the
you.
police officer. Good to remember.
Kind of. And this is Martha Turnig, Marty.
Hello.
This is Rhea, orphan girl, dead parents.
So
I
Spider-Man
have a
got
last.
it.
I have a last name.
Okay, what is it?
It's a
Mantlemorn.
mantle one.
No.
Mantlemorn? Fucking Mantlemorn?
Just might as well call her Gwen Stacy. Anyways.
It's just kind of a dark name, Mantlemorn.
I mean, Orphan's not that much lighter.
Orphan is not that much better.
Well, I wasn't saying it was a ladder.
Jeremy, how long have we known each other? We've covered this. It's kind of a dark backstory. It's the dark thing that I have done and been roped into. Been
Oh, the
over
like
this.
child soldier thing?
You keep
Yes.
saying that.
Okay. Oh my. Everyone's got some. Oh, one second. Oh, okay. 1 second. The mode drones. I've got it. One moment.
So, yeah, you gotta get used to that.
Yeah. Oh, Leighton.
Yes.
Cheka and Clonk were saying that you're the person to come to for any information about maybe upgrading the war machine.
Uh, you'll see their eyes sort of pop open with this sort of like embery like lava flows that make up their
Oh, fuck yeah.
pupils and cornea.
DoorDash got delivered.
And we'll say, oh, yes, I haven't done that type of work for a while, but I could source some things, depending on what you.
Yeah. I'm not really. Oh, I had ideas, but. Well, I wouldn't mind, like, more access to the. Like. Like. So, when we were in. Like, first saw, like, a war machine, like, it was able to, like, boost, for lack of a better word? Like.
Oh, yes, demon. It is a apparatus that gets attached to your engine and can pump demon ichor into the motor, which puts stress on it, is my understanding. And he'll like look at Chukka and Clonk, who don't appear to be paying attention and are concerningly eating some sort of what looks to be bird leg. Um,
Oh,
and
no.
and and,
They gotta
um,
get their revenge somehow.
and he'll say, "We can confer with the experts on that after." But my area of expertise is that of acquisition of specialty equipment for war machines,
Mhm.
and paying for such things. Because, as I think you can probably imagine, economies of these types of things are complex.
I would imagine. Hmm. Well, what sort of upgrades have you done before?
So I have um, outfitted some war machines with things like infernal screamers, which are a sound-based weapon that
Hmm.
drives the target's mad. Um, if you're feeling particularly daring, I personally would do this and advised um, infernal warlords in the past, Smiling Fire specifically, to avoid this, as I think, leads to too much collateral damage. But a River Styx sprayer,
Oh.
which is effectively a weapon loaded with the waters of the Styx, which could wash away your enemy's intentions to harm you, as They
Their souls would literally leave their bodies.
yes.
Mm, you know what? So I really did not like it when that war machine. Oh, this marrow's going down hard. I think I swallowed a bone shard. Um, I really didn't like it when that war machine little thingy got on our deck. I really don't like guys getting on our deck. Is there
Yeah.
anything we can do to keep that or make it hard?
When you say little guys, are you talking about imps or
Yeah, they
No.
got on, they started riding our deck.
Well, I also mean little
No.
guys
It's definitely been
as
a
like
long
a
time since I've
general.
been around
Like you're a little
humans.
guy. I'm a little
Well,
guy.
yeah. Well, I mean I imagine you're talking about Chopper, the big guy.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. I just don't want people on my deck. I want people in
You
my
know,
house.
we want to try and get people to hop off our deck.
um I can't say that I'm familiar with any type of anti-boarding apparatus or invention technology that used in the hills previously. I do know that um, there are some additional iron plating that could be of use for the purposes of stopping punctures in the hull of the machine.
Hmm.
Which again, aforementioned the river Styx, should you ever need to ford it, given the hull shape of your war machine, you would not want holes in it.
Yeah, makes sense.
We have been fording it a lot.
Yeah, back and forth.
Yeah.
Um, can I? So I saw these little guys on their like own little war machine, but they were sitting on it like a horse.
Yeah, it was we kept jokingly calling them soul cycles.
Oh, I see. You're they're conventionally known as a devil's ride, um, for their for their single rider.
Only
um,
one at a time.
can I? How much to have one?
They generally speaking, they like most war machines are controlled technology and are generally parted out directly to lords from Bell himself. Um, I would estimate. Um, Now, mind you, I've been out of the market some time. I believe you could probably get one from Bell direct uh, in a non warband for about 10 soul points.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's not bad.
The easiest way to get this type of equipment is exactly under the circumstances that Bell would like you, which is from a warlord.
Okay,
Mm.
thank you.
So maybe we do have to handle Raga Draga if you want a soul cycle.
We need money. I want a little back because flying all the time kind of sucks. And I do want to feel the sulfuric flames on my face.
Now, when you say handle Raga Dragon, what is it that you mean in that text?
Did you see that? That dramatic. Do it
I'll do
again.
it again.
You
Sorry.
yeah.
Ah, I see. So, I would caution you. One, Ragadraga's warband is mostly made up of uh, lycanthropes and their brethren, those creatures who can transform under various circumstances. The weir boars are the most common, though all manner of beasts are likely presented. Um, uh, it's all. I would say that he's also been known to infect. those willing to join the warband. It's a bit his thing, for lack of.
Jeremy's staring at Jaco.
He is not making eye
She's
contact.
leaning across the table.
Not making eye contact.
Would you happen to have received this initiation, Jacob?
Sorry, I was eating. What was being said? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to know if you've been bitten or infected with lycanthropy of any kind.
Willingly? No, that did not happen.
Willingly.
Okay, so it did
is
happen.
The word.
I answered a question. That's all I did.
Were you or were you not infected? Yes or no?
Why do we have to go for these questions?
Oh, because you like avoiding them. Yes or no?
But actually, let's. I hate this because I'm nosy, but is it addressing? I forgot their name.
Leighton.
Leighton. Is it like, do you turn with the ambiguous moon, or is it like voluntary?
Well, in hell there is no moon. There is no cycles of any kind for such a thing to be pulled in. It is conventional understanding. I received any input from people I have that have done combat on the fields of Avernus, direct contact. I'm not sure to what degree they are able to transform, control things, etc. Though it is well known that Ragadraga does appear to be a boar man, a
Leighton.
man boar.
Leighton.
Yes.
Your voice keeps going too soft. We keep missing you.
Oh, which part did you miss?
Uh, whether or not it's voluntary, you.
There are no cycles in hell. I'm not sure to what degree there is any sort of communicate or there's any sort of involuntary turn, but I do know that Ragadraga appears as a boar and boar at all times, as do many of his associates.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you.
No problem. Now that the rain has stopped, I'm gonna turn my.
Okay, with
It's
that,
fine.
um, Jaco, uh, you know what? I'm gonna give you some. I'm. I cannot speak for my compatriots. I'm gonna give you some trust because I think you turning it into a werewolf is way less bad than me covering up a demonic prophecy. Um, because I did let like a dragonborn lich guy in my room, and I did see him scratching things onto the wall, and I did not do anything except put paintings over it. So I think if you turn into a werewolf
Or I guess probably a weird boar.
or a werebow, bow, boar,
Bauer.
is not as bad as the things that I have done and will continue to do so. So,
Jason. Am I unmuted? Okay. Jason,
Yes.
with the situation we've put, does half turn is all of it involuntary for him, or is he able to control it? It's just that last piece that we talked about.
It's just the last piece.
So all of it is down to the last piece. There's nothing. He has nothing else besides that.
Yep.
Okay.
scary.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna confirm.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, You see, so it's not something I can do voluntarily due to the fact that I didn't change voluntarily. But I'm not a bore, if that makes you less worried. So, if something goes wrong, you're not threatened.
Or is it something small like a squirrel?
No, not a squirrel. It's it's still, I'm still going to be the same size, at least I was told by one of the other ones. But due to the fact that I wasn't voluntarily bitten, I kind of don't have control compared to them. So it basically really doesn't happen as much as them. Hence why I'm the one that was doing the imaging thing, and I'm the one with the books. Because no one else knows how to use them. But I did.
They're on the side table by the door, by the way. You just turn around, you see them.
God, God damn it. Okay, well, thank you. Need to make sure I make my notes. But yes, I was bitten and forced to turn, but it wasn't voluntary, so it's not like I can do it any time I want.
I'm so sorry.
It wasn't your fault. I was kind of an idiot of how I got here. But
I
that's
mean,
fine.
so was
Self-taught.
I.
mean,
Yeah.
This wasn't. It's never really a smart idea to come down to the house. I mean, really, only Shaban of this group has like a reasonable explanation, which is kind of
And
just got
Freya.
forced down. And and Rhea,
Andrea.
Rhea has a good reason to be down here.
And I kind of do like I've got things I've got things going on. Fuck, why are we down here again?
To save Elturel.
Oh god, yeah, that's
Do you know anything about Elturel, Jacob?
Yeah, do you know Jacob?
Hmm. I think I heard of it, but it's been so long since I've seen anything but fire, so my memory's very hazy.
Eh, well,
Hey,
thankfully we're used to working with people like that.
Oh, interesting.
my last guy, my little Pookie bear, my little Olean, my little right hand man, my little guy.
That is a lot of interesting things to call your sex partner, but anyways.
He no, oh my god, he is not my type.
Oh, you just had so many nicknames for him, I assumed.
I really loved him.
Hence the thought of him being your sex partner.
No,
He
she usually calls the people she likes one word, and it's not nice.
Oh,
Sometimes.
okay.
what do I say?
You either say their name, or you say some, like, description of them.
Oh yeah.
Deadbeat ex-husband, beautiful man, butch bike, stuff like that.
That's no, that's real. And I mean, but Silkheads is a beautiful man. So
Okay.
that's irrelevant,
And
not
well,
related.
yeah, and also to my knowledge, you guys weren't together, right?
Doesn't mean that she don't love him. Have you heard the way she
True,
talks
fair.
about him?
Yeah.
As you guys keep talking, he's just gonna jump down and go walk and grab his bag.
I mean, no, we weren't together, but I do think like a lavender situation was in our future. Like
Mm.
I could see myself, living, co-parenting, never going through our trauma together. Like I loved Silkes because he was just kind of in a stasis, and
Yeah,
also the
yeah.
most beautiful person ever made.
He, yeah, he did have an air about him. I'll give him that.
He'll come back and basically he'll open all 4 books and start writing Z's in certain spots in the books.
What are the Z's for?
You trying to fall asleep there?
No, just a reminder of what the spell does.
No.
This is the one I
Wait,
use.
so what's the
That's
spell?
that's the one that you used to knock her out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't know what the spells do?
Oh God, no. This one is how I got here, and he's gonna show you the gem one, the one with the weird runes that, if anybody knows magic, doesn't make fucking sense at all. What it is, and the other 2 ones have blood stains on them, and goes, these ones were from people Raga Draga found, and were given to me thinking they were worth the magic person's time. So I basically just copied everything because I assumed they were all the same, because a few of them had the same runes.
That's crazy to me. When I'm doing spells, I just kind of like fireball, and then she's going to cast fireball from her fingertips. Like I just want it to happen, and then it happens.
Okay.
The way I do my magic is I focus real hard and occasionally ask Helm for help. Helm.
I just build things.
Well, I know these 2, and he's going to point to 2 of them and goes, that's identify, and that is detecting magic. Those are the ones I was told I must know, and then the rest of them I've been writing in, and you'll see so many scribbles, burn marks on the edges, some blood, and it's just yeah, it's been interesting. And he'll start making another symbol.
Speaking of Silkez, I wish he was here because he would just probably be deeply annoyed, but intrigued by you, which I think is one of the greatest things you can invoke in Silkez. He was kind of intrigued by me, but not very often, which made me feel subpar and incomplete.
He does
Cool.
that to a lot of people.
What was I doing?
You were reminiscing already, so that's why we haven't stopped you yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Did you know I'm unmedicated? I was on 6 different prescriptions before this whole thing started. I did not think to get more.
Interesting.
Do you think the brass citadel has medication? Oh
No,
wait,
like I said, we already went over this. You have to get a doctor's prescription. You
that's
can't
right.
get
You
it
have to get
illegal.
prescription. You have to fill out one of those scrolls to make
Yeah,
sure you're
I
not
have to
paying
get
through the nose for it.
insurance? What the fuck is that?
There is universal health care, but it's shitty.
Is
No, there's no
Mordecai in his
universal
own
healthcare in
head, or is
hell.
he listening?
Mordenkainen is pretty deep in his own thoughts. His food is kind of going untouched. The Lady of the Brambles is sitting next to him eating and will occasionally talk at him, but he does not.
Okay, he's going to
Picturing
grab a piece of fat and throw it at him.
I'm just picturing Mordenkainen sitting there, fucking 1,000 yards stare, and the Lady of the Brambles is like, last winter I could only make half as many of my little helpers as I normally do. It was really an annoyance, especially since Belle was expecting such, a high turnout. And she's like,
The spheres. Okay, so you're gonna throw a little bit of animal fat at him
Yeah,
from off a cut of meat.
basically
Okay.
just to get his attention.
Okay.
animal fat is my favorite political literature.
It boing, and you see him. Oh, that's nice. Yes.
A question for you.
Oh, sure. So, excuse me. Um, yes. Pissed.
Oh, you weren't
His name's
listening.
Jaco.
His name's Jacob.
Jacob.
Jaco.
It's fine.
Right.
Question: do you have any hellhounds or anything buried in the back of your place by chance? Or anything on 4 legs?
Um,
Why the fuck are you asking that?
Because I need something to use as a thing to ride in Avernus if I'm not going to be on a fucking thing, like a wall hog thing. The
We're
big
going to
machine thing.
be in an entire fucking war machine together.
Yes, and you are all tall people. Or have someone to carry you, as he points to EV3.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Mine was destroyed by one of you on a fucking turret.
Hey,
Oh.
buddy. How big are you?
He's 3 feet tall.
Well, how much do you weigh?
No, no, we are not doing.
No, how
No,
much do you weigh?
no, it's
How much
not.
do you weigh, buddy?
Not
Simple
happening.
question.
You want someone to carry you? I can fly.
Nope. He's gonna
Okay,
he's
so-
gonna look at he's gonna just focus on Mordecai and even with Jeremy to talking. Do you have anything out back?
Buddy, come on.
No.
Mordenkainen is like, I may have something.
Okay.
A few moments, and he'll sort of scooch his chair back, and will stand up and say, "Ooh, it's been a minute." And he'll sort of like measure his fingers and say, "Right, left. Oh, we'll go with." And he'll snap his fingers, and a boom, a chest will sort of materialize next to him, and he'll say, "Oh, uh, no, that's not right." And we'll snap again, and it will disappear.
Hold
And then we'll.
on. Don't snap a body in here. I'm just wondering if it's outside.
Oh,
No,
no.
snap a body in here. I want to see it.
There's
He'll now snap on his like third finger on the opposite hand, and this time, a chest will appear, but in lieu of like a iron banded traditional pirate's chest, this one sort of has bands. You can see that it has some like insulation around it. It appears to be like it has a little bit of for those close to where it pops up. It does have like a radiated cold off of it, and he'll go there we go, and he'll go ahead and open the lid, and as he does so, the front also falls, and revealing a set of stairs into an extra dimensional space, which he will walk down and sort of disappear for a moment.
Jacob's gonna jump down and grab his books and basically stand at the edge of like run to the other side and stand at the edge of it and see if like he can see what he's going after.
Sure. The stairs go down into a very, very cold chamber. You can feel sort of the rush of cold air, contrasting with sort of the very normal temperature that is the interior of the Tower of Erm. And eventually, he will he come back up, and he'll sort of have something in his hand, and we'll say, "This, I swear to you, this is the only thing I have." You said 4 legs, right?
Am I going to be able to ride it? If it's literally a mouse in your hand, that is not. You didn't hear the rest of the conversation after you were thinking.
Oh, no, no. I did catch all that. I shrink my meat for space. Um, and he'll go ahead
So
and
much phrasing today.
and and sort of move his hands, and it will sort of pop up in his hands, and it is a frozen pig carcass. A bit. I am sorry. It's a bit on the nose. Here you are.
He puts out one hand, knowing exactly what's about to happen. And the second Mordenkainen lets go, he moves his hand, just lets it fall on the floor. Thank you.
I also have 2 halves of 2 different goats, if you think that would help.
You don't have a dog or anything, a horse.
I don't eat dog. What am I, an animal?
If you are, they were your friends. I don't know. You who has a pig in a dimensional space?
Right? That's so weird. Hey,
He
hey,
motions at the table and all of the meat that's present.
What about
Don't
any
ask
of the
questions you don't want answers to.
what about any of the beasts of Avernus outside? Did you kill one? Have its body
you think
buried?
Nevenkainen does anything?
Then okay, then where are the two bird things? Did they kill him? Did you
Tucker and
kill
Bonk
anyone?
will be sitting there with their dinner, like looking suspiciously, and then going back to eating.
Oh, he looks over. Oh, there you are. Sorry. I mean, he's pissing me off. Did you kill anything of four legs, like a dog or a displace of anything? Shit.
Do
Got
you
him.
want me to go out and kill you something, baby?
No. Worst case,
Why
we'll find it on the way apparently to go get Ragadraga. Thank you for
I
your
can sew
pig.
up
Sorry,
those
no.
little goats. Baby, why don't you let me sew up those little goats for you?
No.
I can kiss them. I
I'm
can make
I'm
it one.
I'm
What?
not I'm no.
Why
That was.
not?
I have a line, and the line is putting parts together.
So you're okay with killing little doggies? With
No,
little
just
dead doggies? You're
no,
okay
just
riding dead
raising
little
them
doggies?
back. I didn't kill them. I was asking if anybody else killed one.
So you're willing to exploit their bodies?
Yeah, after death?
We're in Avernus. They have no souls here.
Well, then what's
Okay.
your hang up about sewing two goat pieces together?
My own moral compass that I have left.
What moral? It's
It's
ghosts.
so weird.
I
They're
think you just
dead.
think it's
They're.
gross. Is it just that you think it's gross?
You were
That's a
totally
reasonable
fine
answer.
using a dead dog body. Like,
Yes.
That's your moral compass?
Why are we
Doesn't make
questioning
dog
what
jokes
my
make
moral
sense?
compass is?
Because it
because
doesn't
this
make
makes no
sense.
fucking sense.
That's good. It's
Thank you,
mine.
Siobhan. I imagine they said that at the same time.
They absolutely did.
That it's my moral compass, not yours. So why does what I think have any care of what your opinion is?
Because what you do impacts what we do. Because what you get seen doing impacts
Mhm.
what we get seen doing. By you doing it, that means
So
on some
you
level we are approving of it.
So because I'm with you, I'm approving of you killing people who were enslaved by Ragadraga and just killing them without thought.
Yes.
Cool. So then instead of putting two goats together and being the people who put body parts together to use as a way of transportation, I'm saying no.
So that's a no
Okay.
on the pig.
No,
I
thank
suppose
you.
that's a no on the
Okay.
pig.
All right. Well,
Jermina's going to lean over to Siobhan and say in Infernal, I am so sorry for every time I've acted like this.
You know, I'll savor that later.
Savor it as long as you like. Pass it on to Rhea too.
Siobhan will lean over and repeat that. So Jermina would like to formally apologize for every time she's acted like this, contrarian.
He's gonna after the pig gets brought down into the dimensional space, he's just gonna be like, "You are all impossible," and walk out and literally go out of the building.
Jermina starts eating off his plate.
Oh. Oh, do you have anything that would like help us maneuver?
I think Jermina like actually laughs.
well, Leighton will like sort of sit back and stare upwards, and will eventually say, well, some drivers have been able or have reported that under the influence of demon ichor, certain war machines of certain sizes and classes will behave slightly differently, have more maneuverability, or something of that nature. It's not my
Interesting.
speciality.
Hmm. Okay. Alright. Things I would look into. Um. Hmm. Are there any like alternative fuel sources for these war machines?
No, uh, it's a unfortunate. Uh, it's the unfortunate nature of the economy that the legions and Bell work on. It's,
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby. When we undo all of this and we kill the shit out of Bell, we can decide whatever the fuel source is.
I mean, that's not technically.
That's
Yeah.
that's not what.
Well, I mean, like typically, like the way it works is like if a like we can't. It's not like a choice that the engine makes. The engine is built to take a certain
Yeah,
thing.
but someone built that engine. Like I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's
remember
that's.
when ships were wooden and powered by the wind, and now we've got like steamboats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we
Yeah.
just kill Bell and then we seize the means of
The means of
production.
production.
Yeah, thank you.
Hmm.
Siobhan, I could kiss you. Um, Siobhan, you get me. God. Um,
That is a fair enough point.
I think we should make the boats powered on fish oil because there's a lot of it in Luskin, and it would be good to have money in Luskin. So
How are
you
we going
should.
to get from Luskin to Hell, though?
Well, but that's what we'll figure. I mean, by that point, we've killed Bell. We'll figure it out.
at this point, Mordenkainen um, is rematerialized from his ice chest and snaps it away, sort of nullifying any environmental effects he had. And he's going to say, "Kill Bell. You can't do that. Why would you? Why would you even? What?
It's just a hypothetical, but
Yeah,
hypothetically speaking, why couldn't we do that?
Uh,
yeah.
well, uh, the in the absence of the balance provided by the legions and their war machines, demons would override the first layer of hell and pour into the prime material.
I mean, that's only assuming that only Bell is able to create war machines. Is
But
he?
here's the thing. Well, one, he owns the infernal copyright for such a thing, so yes, on a
You
infernally
mean Hell
legal.
has copyright laws too?
Of course, it's the most hellish
Of
thing
course they
ever.
do, yeah.
Uh, yes. Uh, to answer your question, but yes, he's the progenitor of the war machines, the soul coins, the um, economy upon which the legions operate. The issue with removing that, and this is like him, hate him, or otherwise, was a wise thing that Bell did, which was that he made it so that removing that system would be semi catastrophic. You would have to build a entire separate legion economy in tandem with the one you set out to destroy before destroying it, which is simply economically untenable from the level of souls, the level of war machines, the level of footmen power. I, I simply don't understand how one would do that.
Lady of the Brambles, what do you get out of your deal with Belle?
My deal with Bell. Well, security for one. Um, as you know, me and my helpers, we don't have war machines in Brambles. One of the reasons we aren't overrun by demons is that we are protected. We're protected by Bell's personal legion in between the citadel and his fortress.
Hmm.
Interesting. We didn't run into them.
Well, we probably weren't viewed as a threat.
Yeah.
Okay, you said infernal copyright, right?
Jago
Yes.
comes back in disgruntled, by the way. It's too fucking hot.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. So infernal. What is infernal? What does this copyright extend to cover?
Well, it's a decree by Asmodeus himself that the machines and the sort of weapons that are built and constructed to arm the devils serving under Zariel in the legions are produced solely through Bel's forge, his foundry, in his keep. And it was with that mandate that Bell utilized his
Thank you, Pyro,
know-how
for the follow. How you doing tonight, buddy?
to create
Appreciate it.
a self-sufficient system which would be catastrophic if removed. Does that make
So under
sense?
Zariel,
The weapons are utilized under Zariel. Yes, correct.
interesting. So is the abyss a part of this?
Oh, no, 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 no. The
Okay,
abyss.
is the
Well,
prime
the abyss is somewhat part of the first layer of hell in the sense that portals open from the abyss and the uh, legions of unorder and chaos flow into this, in which the law order of law and order, though I don't necessarily dun dun the push them back. And it is a give and take over the sole single layer of hell, and it is on upon the single layer of hell and the connection via the river Styx that the interlopers from the abyss could theoretically take themselves to the prime material or further down in the hells. The further down in the hells that they would get, the more and more chaos and unorder would be brought to the prime material, amidst other things, not to mention a whole demon incursion on the prime material. We've had some spotty ones over the past couple of years, but nothing as large as what I'm talking about.
So Marty, here's the plan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna steal a little soul cycle. We're gonna dip our toes into another plane. I know a place that can take us to another plane. And then you're gonna make a copy. We change up the name, Soul Cycle, if it's known as the Devil's Ride. Soul Cycle, non-copyrighted. Um,
Out of
But I mean,
character, so
we could.
what is preventing portals being created willy-nilly? Is it literally Bell's copyright or like what?
Nothing. To answer your question, they do open willy nilly, and that's what the legions are for. Basically, what happens is a portal opens, and somehow information is relayed to one of the legions, like, "Hey, a demonic portal has opened." The legion rolls up, they kick a bunch of demon fucking ass. The portal closes, and they rest and recuperate, and then they get sent to do it again. And that's literally the long and short of the blood war. That is how the blood
Okay,
war is fought, pretty much. So they do open willy nilly, crazy all the time, and that's what the legions are out there doing,
the legions are preventing demons from just going up onto the material plane.
pretty much.
Okay.
anyways,
Love my man's Mordenkainen, but that shit is dense.
I say we we start challenging the market. Maybe it's the wide merchant in me, I say we introduce soul cycles. But I mean, yes, it's going to be a massive feat. I vastly underestimate the technical expertise. And I don't exactly understand copyright laws because anytime I was challenged about my designs copying somebody else's, I handle it the way that Zariel handles it, which is with
Violence.
smites. I just kick the shit out of them and I say, well, if it matters that much to you, come meet me outside. But I think it could work.
Which, maybe you said this and I just sort of missed it more in kind. In which case, I apologize. Uh, but you really do go on for a while. Um,
Yes.
He
is there
doesn't have a lot of
anything
people.
like magical or physical that keeps one from just violating the copyright law?
Well, magically on this plane, it's I would not imagine that you would burst into flames or anything like that, like from a children's story. I would imagine that you may be found by an agent of Bell, and either have the device seized, destroyed, etc. You may be served with papers to bring before the Society of Readers. You may have to pay fines or other such things. Um, it's not as though the contract would kill you instantly. I certainly wouldn't think that Asmodeus would want to stifle innovation. Um, as I'm sure Bell would also claim that he doesn't, but protecting his intellectual property certainly would take precedence, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Right. But his copyright extends to Infernal. We could just go to another plane. It's not Infernal war machines. It's plane of water machines that just also happen to be here on Avernus. So what? They
What
serve
if
us with a
we what wait? What if we use s- not necessarily just steam motors, but we use something else other than the souls to kind of like
yeah, yeah, but that's
I
yeah.
mean, EV3 runs on magic.
And love. Oh my god.
your spouse is very very lovely.
Jaco, 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 Jaco,
Well,
Jaco,
Marty,
Jaco,
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaco. I'm married. Go on, Siobhan.
what
Okay.
if no, 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 that could go south in so many ways.
No,
Mm.
say it.
Blood magic.
Oh, baby, come on. We are trying to get
I
away from the whole sacrifice thing.
And to be honest, not that I was overhearing, but I'm involved in this conversation. Anyways, you all were very squeamish about sewing two goats together. Blood
We
Oh,
magic
were.
most
may
Who
be.
is
definitely
we?
not.
Uh,
Who is we?
Yeah, who is we in this? There is.
just blood magic is.
Yeah, take your earrings out. Beat the shit out of him.
I mean, blood magic isn't really as bad as people make it out to be. Like, as long as it's
That
like
we is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that statement.
I love how Marty does blood magic like one time and then suddenly knows everything there is to know about it.
I mean, EV3's. I say EV3 runs on magic. Um, like when I replaced its arm, like I did have to use blood magic to use the ball arm.
Okay, so like a little arm bit.
Well, In
Well,
in
it's
fairness,
decent.
though,
Yeah.
blood magic has a very consistent formula. It is
Mhm.
an implement plus blood equals an effect, and usually that implement is enchanted in some way, or the blood has a particular type or lead content or progeny, and it generates a certain effect when you combine any number of certain things. And that's the simplest equation. Of course, it does go and grow out from there into God only knows what. It's not my area of specialty, but nevertheless, it is fairly simple from the baseline. So I would say she likely has a decent understanding if she's done it once.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that crazy. But it's like that. Hmm, yeah, it's it be. I mean, like I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a fan of using the soul coins. I think it's kind of mean and cruel, like
Well, have you
needlessly.
been talking to them or something?
Oh, no, but it's like
I'm
it's like you
inciting that.
Yeah,
what?
Siobhan is raising an
Yeah, I
eyebrow. Like,
think I'm picturing this in like exact unison. Siobhan and Jeremina kind of both like, I mean, micro, like lean in and make like scrutinizing stares.
okay, I like
Diggo's
the
is
idea of
eating
them going
food.
the opposite directions. Like, Jermina leans in, and Siobhan's like, leans back. Alright, what am I doing? Let me use the fucking dice I got for Siobhan. Jesus Christ. 24.
What'd you get?
24.
I got 14.
Uh, with an 8. Marty has like she's definitely skirting around the truth, which is prob like she would not consider what she has done to be talking, but she knows that other people would definitely consider it talking.
Oh my god, they talk to you.
No, not like talk to me. Like you can ask them questions and they'll answer one question and then like it uses like one of their motes and it's fine.
That's talking to him.
You've been using motes on the coins?
Not literally just two. Like it's fine.
Just two. That's like 60 miles.
Marty, it's clearly not fine if we're a little upset.
Like I don't know, there are people in there.
Well, yeah, there are people in there.
And there's people out here too.
Yeah.
I mean, if the soul coins bothers you, then I'll start doing the soul coin thing.
It's not the
My
fact
job.
that. Hmm.
It's my job to take care of the war machine and I'll decide how to do it. I'll be fine.
We can't sacrifice our mobility, is the
We're not.
thing.
We're not sacrificing our mobility.
Getting rid of moat sacrifices mobility and travel distance that we can do.
Like
I know that there are people in there, and at the same time, we have to. It has to be that we can get where we need to go.
the some of
Do they say like they don't belong here?
at least one of them doesn't know why he's here. Or they're here. I don't know their name.
I'd hazard it's probably something similar to why Ray and I will end up here if nothing's done about Elturel. It's because extenuating circumstances and agreements that we didn't understand at the time.
Yeah, and I don't know, I wouldn't sacrifice you just so I could move an extra mile.
I personally I wouldn't say I would sacrifice myself, but if it did come down to it and I was put into a soul coin, if you did not use me for all I was worth, I'd be very disappointed in you.
I'd be so pissed, right? Because I'm in a soul coin. What else am I gonna do? I don't know. I'd rather be expended to move good people a mile than
Well, if you
what?
end up in a soul coin, I will bear that in mind.
Also, we don't currently. Lady of the Brambles, ma'am,
Baby girl?
baby girl.
Yes. What?
When the souls end up in hell, if they don't take like a corporeal form down here, what else can happen to them?
Well, um, typically speaking, the roots of the brambles bring them to us. But generally, they would manifest into lemures or simply get cast into the Styx um, to travel downstream to whichever plane it is that they belong, or upstream if someone or something is recalling them back to the prime material.
What do I know about Lumaires?
Go ahead
We
and make lemures. Go ahead and make a. I will allow nature, arcana, or history. Your choice.
I
23
love
Arcana.
I love
Damn.
lemurs.
So lemures are the lowest form of devil in hell. They are literal goop. If you've heard tale of uh, via it be like fiction or media or whatever, adventurers encountering black puddings. They are essentially like tiny little soul sentient black puddings. And with your Arcana check being as high as it is, you would know that kind of this is another separate economy of hell. That if you become a Lemure, your goal is to wheel and deal your way up, and that's when you start getting fingers back and things like that, right? So you go from becoming a lemure to an imp, or and then an imp to a type of devil, et cetera, as you get promoted up. Usually done by wheeling and dealing, taking and trading souls, etc. So that's lemures.
So you can either stay goop or you can become a horrible person.
Pretty much. Those are your options. I suppose the other option is that you travel downstream to a worse level of hell, which I mean, like this is an infernal internal battlefield, but like there's some shitty stuff down below too.
God, I love these dinners. You know what? Since we put Marty's ass on blast, oh wait, everyone knows my whip is talking to me and compelling me to do cruel
Yeah,
things,
to do
right?
murders,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Siobhan, what's your stick again? Oh yeah, you've got anger issues.
Yeah.
Okay, and Rhea's perfect. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, I think Rhea's problem is that she needs to open up more and have fun.
Yeah. So, anyways,
We are for sure bringing up the soul coin thing again and the blood magic. I just want to make it clear to you, Marty, that that is in the back of my head. But anyways,
Mordenkainen will sit back down, having had this discussion, and he'll he's like very visibly thinking, and he will the lady of the brambles will sort of like press him a little bit, and he'll say, I have a place in time where someone is dealing with a machine that may be able to help you.
oh my god, are we about to fucking
We're
time
gonna go back
travel
in time
again?
again.
Well, no, I'm still. That was a work
Sending
meeting.
stone?
Work meeting notification. We're doing like a.
Mordenkainen, are you still hanging out with that group of stoners you were telling us about?
Sorry about that. No, it's we're doing a worldwide implementation, so calls come in at all hours. Um, but no, I can't send you back quite yet. I'm still figuring out how the machine works now with the new piece added. So not quite, but it could be a thing that uh, serves us both. Um, I do think that there may be, and he'll like visibly deflate, and then we'll say, "Hmm, I'm having a hard time finding the time in and around Zariel's fall.
So are we,
Mm-hmm.
because that's
Oh,
how you find the sword that cuts the world in half.
yes. Well, great. If you guys are having a hard time as well, we're on the same page.
Siobhan will gently grab Lulu as she
Oh,
floats by, just squeak.
hey,
Mm.
hey,
Oh
hi.
yeah, the other perfect thing in here. Lulu's only problem is that they made her so small. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck, looking at you gets me emotional. You're just
Lulu,
a
here,
Yeah, yeah,
gently
yeah.
squishes her, has a memory of where Zariel's sword is located somewhere in here.
Right. But it's not the where.
It's
That's
the win.
the problem. Yes. And obviously we know the vagaries, but it gets more complex when you start talking about planes, interplane space. So, anyways, I am working on. Yeah.
Thank you, Lulu. And Siobhan just
Ye-
like kisses the top of Lulu's head and then lets her back out to float.
I'm imagining Lulu as like a polygon object, like just kind of going. So that so so we need to find out when it happened. Yeah, okay, we need to find out when it happened. Yeah, okay. Why don't you
Well,
just like beep through time and just like do
well,
that?
be, because it's not simply It's not simply when or where. We're talking about cross-planar, a cross-planar event. So time is interesting as far as that goes. So it's far more difficult than simply sending one to a more stable plane, such a place as the Shadowfell, or back to the prime material, for example.
Got it. Germina does not.
Wonderful. Well, there we go. I've said my piece. And he'll like motion at the Lady of Brambles, who had pressed him a little bit to bring that up. So,
I love you so much, Lady of the Brambles. Thank you.
no problem, dear.
She'll lean into the table. Shortest time he's ever fucking talked.
Yeah.
Just gotta get him on something that's not spheres or orbs or circles.
Yeah, just don't bring up circles. In fact, let's spell them
Oh
out.
no, I can't. I can't. Martin Kynan,
What are
this
you
has just
about to
entered.
do?
This just entered my brain. Could you compare it to a layer cake metaphor?
Why did you do that?
I'm just curious to see if you
Why
can
did
do
you
it.
do that?
I want to
You
see if you can do
son
it.
of a bitch. This is why you got damned.
So, uh, there
You deserve
there
this.
is a fantastic confectionery, and that confectionery is in Waterdeep. Its name escapes me right now, but it's down near the docks. It has a fairly ridiculous sign, but what they do is they will make you a cake with layers. But what you need to imagine is that these bakers, they will use specialized pans which have been struck repeatedly with hammers. And what that does is it creates an indent in each sheet of the cake, which then can be filled with a secondary item or thing. So you have the sort of cake based plane, as it were, or greater plane upon which some of our other planes sit. So let's imagine that we have a area of toffee in one of these little divots inside the cake, and then a area of chocolate in another. And what you'll see is that as it bakes, the toffee and the chocolate will sort of make its way through the sponge of the cake and touch and intermingle with each other. Those are those
Don't say it
portals
like
you asked those portals you asked about earlier, whether they pop up willy nilly. That's the two planes touching, interfering with each other. We only have to imagine that there is some place in the abyss, though it is not simply as ordered as the planes of Avernus, but there is likely a lair of hell where devils pour in and demons fight them back, because the whole thing is a it's a circle, a sphere.
All right, now you started to lose me. Anyways, that it was really interesting up until that point.
Wait, so what? So what are demons? Are they like sprinkles?
Well, they could be any number of things. I elected to select runny or more runny ingredients for the running together through the sponge part of the metaphor.
Oh, demons could be like the little crystals that form when like sugar cooks too long, you know?
Oh, okay. I understand now. I'm back. I'm back here. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, I'm here. Yeah.
That was it. I just wanted to see if you could compare it to layer cake.
Can you not do that again?
No, that's the only time I'm gonna do it. I promise.
Promise.
I promise.
Because if you do it again, I'm beating your ass. I'm really not down. Oh, it's up with
so.
the toffee?
You
So
ever
what's
had
the place?
toffee? But yes, Marty.
Yeah. So what's the place you think is going to help us, Mordenkainen?
Well, um, that is of a particular interest. So you're, and he'll motion over at EV3.
Mm.
Tell me about its creation. What inspired you? What brought you this image? Aside from the blood magic arm, um, we covered that. We've got
Yeah.
that. But everything else, tell me about.
Well, so a few years back, I had gone to one of the exhibitions that um, House the House of Wonders shows on sometimes, and one of the artificers was displaying it's like a mechanical dog companion. So basically what EV3 is, just like in a different form. And I thought, hey, that's fucking cool. And so then I was like, and I thought some more about it. I was like, actually, that could be really useful around the house and at work because, like, Mr. Gimbal and I are both pretty short, and we lose a lot of storage space because we have to put everything up top and like, or we can't put stuff up top, and like obviously like, uh, mom is always worried about me for no reason, so this would be better. It doesn't matter. Figured it would be helpful to have, and so I had kind of just like taken what I saw and then like what I kind of knew based on like my training at school and then also like looking up research papers about it to basically follow the process. Uh and uh then like I was able to like save up some of my money and like buy like crys the crystal that I used to like
Wow.
to power EV3 a few years ago, and then there was a whole bunch of permits and other bull crap that was just the worst to try to get through. And then like I went through two iterations before I finally landed on the current EV3, which is why it's EV3. Uh, but
I
I don't know if
see.
that was quite what you were asking, but
That is precisely what I was asking. Now, I would like for you, for a moment, to forget about permitting. I know we're in hell, but forget about permitting. Now, I would like you to imagine yourself now 26,000 years ago.
okay.
All right, we start our story 26,000 years ago. And what I would like to say is now you say that you're kind of short, right? And that is why you gave your creation such stature.
Hmm.
Yes?
And
Right.
also, I just have like small hands, and like if they're bigger, it's easier to get inside. Yes, but yes,
Sure,
yeah, no.
sure, sure. Now,
Yeah.
imagine that you are quite small and there is an airborne menace threatening your communities, and you could build a machine to sort of pull those down from the sky.
Are you talking about dragons?
I am talking about dragons, uh, and he'll say
Wait,
26,000 years ago.
wait, are
There,
we well, I thought we were only like 2000 years old. Wait, have humanoids been around for that long?
well, uh, humanoid.
Mina's creationist reveal.
Um, he'll he'll say, "I'm as far as it pertains to this story. I mean, there are humanoid shaped individuals in it.
But
Um,
intelligent life has been around that long?
oh yes, giants and dragons quite
Oh
intelligent.
my god.
It,
Uh,
Oh, okay,
uh,
keep going.
Mina creationist confirmed.
um, yes, so 26,000 years ago, the giants were at war and at odds with dragons. And I don't know if you've ever encountered a giant or
Sure have.
run across one. They're not exactly adept jumpers.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and if you, well, hell, just hells, just look at the fields of Avernus. Things are done down, low to the ground. There aren't many demons who fly. Most are ground born creatures. And look at the position we see Zariel in her flying fortress high above the battlefield. The demons can't reach her then, correct? So, it was to the benefit of these giants to build a thing, a apparatus, a mobility aid of sorts to lift them up to where they could fight their enemy, the dragons, right?
Yeah, so like weren't there like cloud giants and that sort of stuff, or like airships?
Well, 26,000 years ago, the giant lines, the clans, they're sort of the way we know them now hadn't really sorted itself out quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I, through time, have located one of these similar devices, which
Jesus
could
Christ, Jazz, you scared the shit out of me.
could lend itself to a little bit of perhaps innovation on your own creation, a little bit of innovation that you all were discussing on the war machine itself, um, and perhaps even a power source. Who knows how they were powering them back then, and perhaps even a sort of like motion. Who knows what else? Um, so, uh, but I still haven't quite dropped the pin on where to find it quite. There were not that many of them.
Well, I guess once you have the bin properly placed, I wouldn't mind checking that out if we have the time to do so.
I am so glad that you would say that because there's also, I believe, a piece of an orderer attached to one of them, and
Of course,
that
sir.
would that would be wonderful if you could also, while you're there doing those things, um, pick that up.
Uh huh.
Ah, so we're doing another fetch quest for you, are we?
When you put it that way, it sounds bad.
Well,
Well, it is tedious.
I suppose that's true. Though that is Avernus for you. Tedium.
it would just sort of be nice if you would like say ahead of time that like an order was also involved. Like just like some transparency ahead of time.
I will lead with that next time. I mean,
Perfect.
if there is a next time.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
No reason.
Is this a particularly dangerous space?
I,
Well, there
the,
are fucking dragons,
And giants, yeah.
and giants. Would you like to kit us up before we go, Mordenkainen?
I can see what's available if there's particular interests people
Oh,
have.
there's particular interest, yeah. If you're going to send us on a mission that's particularly dangerous because of the time period, I think it would be good for us to have a higher chance of survival for both of our sakes.
That is likely true. Um, I have a
Yeah,
word.
because if they don't come back, I've got like 10 uses a counter spell in me. I think I could kill you, a version of you. Like, I think I am okay becoming an avatar of cruelty to torture you, Mordenkainen, specifically.
Very well. Right. Yes, I can see what we have as far as weapons, magical items, things of that nature. Before you go, but it sounds as though you have things you're planning on doing here in the Hells first, and I still have to get that pin dropped. So
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah. So okay, our game plan is to go after Braga Dragon to make sure he doesn't attack the
The tower.
the tower again. Hopefully by the time that happens, we'll be able to um go into like it. Mordenkainen will know where whatever it is, and then from there we can get another piece of the orderer and also check out the whatever thing the giants built.
Yeah, that seems pretty what is that? Comprehensive, yeah.
All right.
Oh, speaking of bringing stuff back, do you guys bring me any little souvenirs?
Oh, yes, actually. Well, it's not really a souvenir necessarily. Um, but and Marty will pull out the little recorder thing, and she'll give it a zzz, and Olin's message will play. Mark.
Oh God, I don't even remember. Like, like it's been like a month.
Mm.
uh,
He said something about seeing her soon, so just take it
no,
from
no,
there.
it was saying Mordecai, you fuck, I'll see you soon, and then you hear Marty go, what about Jeremina? And he just goes, well, I'm going to see her soon, so I'm going to tell her I missed her when I see her. And then you just hear his hand muffle the quote unquote microphone and push it away.
I remember that being more.
I think Jeremiah's expression is very troubled. I see. Interesting.
Are you all right?
No, Marty, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Olin just, the Olin he is, just isn't sentimental.
Yeah, he didn't strike me as that kind when he got his memory back.
It's sweet that he thinks that he'll see you
Well,
again.
he was very certain he would see you again.
Interesting. You said he had a son?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
20 years old.
What's his son look like?
Rhea, did you see his son? Because Marty and I didn't.
uh, yes, he looked a bit like Olin, maybe a little less lithe, a little more mousy. If I had to put a put a thumb on it, he seemed nice, or as nice as anyone in Barovia could seem.
Thank you. That's so darling. We both had sons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, this dinner sucked. I'm gonna go cry in my room. Is there anything else we need to talk about before I can go do that?
Not tonight, I don't think. I think we can save everything for tomorrow.
Cute. Jermina's gonna stand up and I think pick up a cake stand where there's like a half-eaten cake. And she's gonna turn to Marty and say, can I steal that? Can I take that?"
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. EV-3. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Speaking of giants, Silvaskin, right by the spine of the mountain of the world, there were some Goliaths. So I kind of know some stuff about giants. Maybe a little bit.
That could be helpful.
That could.
Yeah, the guy I babysat, I know he did things. I know there were giants. I think maybe.
There
I
might
don't.
be giants.
Anyways, yes, you can take even 3.
Okay, thanks.
Why
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
that
go.
what took you out?
I'm taking this, and she'll walk over, pass the cake and the cake stand to EV-3, and then kind of to the bedroom. Oh my god! Good night, everyone. Good night, Jake,
Jaco.
Jacko, Jaco.
Good
Um,
night.
Good night, Siobhan. Good night,
Good night.
Raya. Good night, Marty.
Good night.
I hope you die in your sleep, Mordenkainen. Goodbye, Lady of the Brambles. Bye, Leighton. Bye, Clank and Kronk. Bye, Modrones. Goodbye.
We seek the Great Order.
We
Bye.
seek the Great Order.
I'm sorry, I forgot that when I talked to you that. Bye.
All right. And with that, does anybody have anything else they want to do before you all convene for a long rest?
Jaco's gonna see if Mordenkainen can help him with the book of all the spells that he doesn't know, which is pretty much a lot of it, and see if he can at least get a description so he can write little notes on each one that he has right now.
Oh, Mordenkainen would certainly be able to do that. He could annotate them in whichever way you were looking for.
Okay.
For him, most of the spells are he knows most of them. He could go so far as to just tell you outright, or if you only want like evocation versus divination or whatever. It all depends on how you ask him.
Oh no, quite literally, he wants to know what the names are and what they do, and then he's going to make notes on every single book he has of like a little thing of saying what they do, so that way he knows the spells now.
Okay, yeah. Mordenkainen could relay those pretty quick.
Sweet. All right. Jaco can now officially know all of his spells.
Um,
Siobhan, Siobhan's just gonna like take a plate of just probably, I think, hash browns and fries and say, I'm gonna go be in the machine.
Okay. I'm probably gonna be in right after you.
When Jermina goes to bed, she's taken down all of the paper paintings in her room, and I think she's working on an all four wall, floor to ceiling mural, having laid down like the primer um, and very faint sketch lines. And I think because she's painting on the walls, has made everything just a nest on the floor instead of the platform hammock she was on. And I think she sets down the cake, instructs EV-3 to sit down, like back against the wall. And Jeremina carefully piles her clothing, the blankets, the pillows. She's definitely like stolen the excess clothes from Olin's room. Any of the knickknacks he's had in there, like his room is completely empty. And everything he had is in the nest Jeremino's piling in EV-3's lap. Then she'll settle onto the nest, put her back against EV-3's chest, um, and then she'll realize that she put the cake too far and she has to get up, grab it, slide it closer, and then she'll get comfortable, compose herself, and she'll eat the cake with her hands.
Oh.
All right.
When Marty gets back uh to the war machine, she'll stay in her room and work on her various projects.
All right. Fair enough. Right. And with that, everybody gains the benefits of a long rest and
Woohoo.
the benefits of Heroes Feast for the next 24 hours.
Yay!
Additionally, as we previously discussed at the end of last episode, for the start of um, this rest, everyone will be leveled up. So that'll be 7.
Yo! Oh!
And Fish is gone. That was hilarious timing.
Level 7.
Immediate death.
Level
Yeah.
7.
Did you like smack
Say
your
it.
did you like smack your computer or something?
No, it froze. Did you say it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, level
Yeah,
level
level
7.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you guys that was happening last
We
week.
still got
forgot.
excited.
Or no, the week before.
I also forgot, and I
Oh,
still
okay.
love it. We're level 7.
All right. With that, we can take a quick break, and then we'll pick up on the opposite side, setting up for what will happen next section. I just want to know how you guys are going to approach the Raga Draga problem, and then we will probably call it. So
All right.
Okay.
you're going to take.
I do have a scene I would like
Sure.
to do leading up to the meeting thing. But first
Oh.
break.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we will be right back.
Welcome back, everybody, where the episode of Who's Coming to Dinner ended just as uncomfortably as it does in real life. Um,
Yes,
Once again, we
indeed.
are playing Descend into Avernus, and we are currently trying to plan exactly what the fuck we're gonna do about all the shit that's happening around us.
Yes, indeed. And there was a moral line drawn in the sand regarding sewing two halves of two goats in half. That was a important part of that stuck with me. So you all have taken your long rest, whether it be inside of the war machine or inside of the Tower of Urm. Um, you gain the benefits of Hero's Feast as well as a long rest and a level up. And it is now the next day. Um, you all have resolved to seek out, whether it be violently or diplomatically, the warband leader Ragadraga. Um, and that is where you start the morning.
Wait,
All right. Um, can I be?
I would like to do a little morning scene if you would be willing, Jason.
Sure.
So Siobhan does what she usually does is wake up. If Rhea isn't already awake, she reaches over and just like gently, like literally shakes her shoulder and lets her know it's time to wake up.
Okay. She groans herself awake. She had stayed in the Tower of Irma basically up until like the last minute that she would have needed to before coming to lay down to make sure that she got a long rest.
Mm-hmm. Come on now, you got to get up.
Eh,
Thankfully, Jeremina has set out some clothes to make getting dressed today a little easier.
are are they ridiculous or are they?
You know how you know what we wear underneath all our armor?
Oh,
It's like that, but it's actually like linens and cottons and
oh,
something to catch the bear breezes that happen down here.
nice. She has not opened her eyes yet. She's fighting herself awake.
In the corner, Siobhan is like turned around and she's getting dressed, doing the whole nine.
Mhm.
Um, as she is adjusting her shirt, Fish, I have a very important question for you. Is it a traditional peasant shirt where there are strings that may or may not need to be tied in order to keep the shirt closed?
Mars,
Mm-hmm.
of course. No, this
What?
peasant shirt, I think very distinctly Rhea's is like very modest. Um, and something Rhea could put on with like one hand, but Siobhan's, no, Siobhan's, yeah, no, Siobhan's like
Siobhan's got
that's
a
like
V-neck going on.
yeah, like there's a whole thing that needs to be done.
Siobhan is rather sleepy as well, and she's like threading the top, and she's trying to do like tie a little bow, but she keeps messing up, and there's like a couple minutes of fumbling. Rhea can probably hear the rustling in the corner, and so I'm going to kill this woman. Rhea, are you awake yet?
Um, she will say yes. She is sitting up in like her hammock at this point, like rubbing her eyes open, feet dangling off the edge, just sort of like coming to from a deep sleep, but also a short one in comparison to most everybody else.
Siobhan will A, pick up Rhea's little pile of clothes and bring them over to her hammock, set them next to her, and be like, well, first of all, there you are. Um, Second of all,
Thanks.
do you mind finishing the tie here?
Mm, sure. And she will go ahead and will do that, and will say, how tight, loose.
I'm sorry, looking at Fish's face. So up until where she had like tried like basically this little V-neck section here, it's all pretty tight, but because she had been futzing with it, it's like, you know, when strings bunch up and kind of loose, and she's like, please just make it as like tight as you possibly can. I don't need to have my tits out in Avernus.
uh, she'll laugh, and then will sort of like plant a hand on either side to be able to sort of the whatever crunchy janglies that the strings got up to, so she can like unfurl and twist them to make sure that she can get a clean, a clean tight um, knot at the top, or bow rather at the top, making sure everything's secure.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem. Got to get ready myself. Why did she use two different systems? It looks like I can put this on with one hand.
Siobhan will look properly at the shirt, and it'll take her a second, and she's going to thank Helm for the fact that everything is red tinted. And she's going to drag her hand down her face and just repeat, I'm going to fucking kill that woman. And she's going she's gonna be like, okay, meet us back in the tower in like 5. I'll give you your privacy in that. And she's going to walk over to her side of the room. Um, she is going to grab the chalice because it was made clear that it's like something very important. And she's going to very carefully, with one of the leather belts that she has, attach it to her hip.
All right, fair enough.
As she exits, she turns back to Ray and says, and I have no idea. That woman's machinations are an enigma.
It's true. See you in there.
See you there.
Jeremina is waiting outside of her bedroom door, and as Siobhan exits, Jeremina, who is like only in like a bra and boxers, is like kind of braced against the door, staring at Siobhan. Like,
Every day, you make me stray further from Helm's light. And then she keeps walking.
you're welcome, Siobhan.
All right. Um, with that, anybody else before we get into what you all get up to next?
Nope.
All right. Fair enough. So you have the day. What is you all's plan? Your approach to meeting or finding Ragadragon?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm hankering for a fight. I really don't want to mediate anything special. I want to make things
Want to
hurt.
bite into a jugular.
I want to feel warm blood in my mouth. I don't like eating pork. I have no qualms killing it.
Okay. Do you want to go in diplomatic and then even if things like begin to go south, jump at it, or do you just want to go in guns blazing?
I guess I don't really understand what we're going to get out of mediating with Ragadraga. The intent was made pretty clear against us. Their mission failed. They fell back on what had to be done, which was to fuck us up as much as they can.
Uh, Jacob,
Yes.
do you know anything about Ragadraga's defenses or things that could get us in?
besides the fact that he has a lot of lycanthropies,
Yeah.
he boasts mostly on numbers and yeah, basically sacrificing them if it means he wins.
Okay, so we're dealing with a numbers game. Skill
Pretty much.
versus mass.
Mhm.
You saw what happened to the machine that I was in. I didn't get flung out because of you all. I'd be in a very fiery mess.
Do you think we have the... Do we have the appropriate skill for numbers? Do you think?
I mean,
We did.
at
They
the very
don't
least,
train
what we
them.
do is like do like guerrilla warfare, just like do as much damage as we can and get the fuck out.
But
Does
then,
he have a
but
central war machine or no?
he has
Uh,
one main, right?
yeah, you would know that he does indeed have one main war machine that is like his war machine
Yeah, he
that
has
he fights
his.
on.
He has his machine, but he has plenty of smaller ones that he uses as basically battering rams with a bunch of creatures inside.
Here's what we do. We are gonna get one of them little lances from our little guys again. I say we attack them. We go after that main ship. We go personal. This asshole tried to get into our tower. So I say we strike. Yeah, like Marty said, guerrilla warfare. We strike hard. We strike quick, and then we retreat. And we put up a sort of last. Maybe we'll fight as we make our way back to the tower, but we make our way back to the tower, and then we rustle out there. If they follow, they follow.
Yes,
If they
but
don't, they don't.
if they follow, they're going to blow the whole building up. That was the whole point of if we got caught.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
the
they
thing
started
is,
charging at the tower.
we got Mordenkainen, who's got a
Who
vested interest in keeping the tower up.
who
And now
seems
that
he
he
only has
knows
an
some...
interest in his own well-being than ours.
Well, I
And
mean,
his
Well,
is in his own be it's a bit. It is within his own well-being to
He could also disappear with it.
power up.
He could also
well, then
disappear with
he
it before
if
we
he
get
could
back.
disappear with it, then he would have disappeared already.
and he
Nothing's
loses his
attacking him.
lackeys.
Nothing is
Buddy,
attacking him.
buddy, I promise we know Mordenkainen. I've been
Okay.
stuck in this tower with him for a week. I promise to God, he's
My only
And
thing
then,
is we're going 5 against a lot of numbers. And
well.
the
That's
the ships that are not his are set to rig to explode and the drivers are known to just hit whatever they can to explode. They are literally told to not concern their own lives. So if you bring them here after we attack, they're just going to ram into the building. Yes, Mordecai can do a lot, but there's a lot of damage they can do. That's all I'm trying to say.
Are you
I
prepared
mean,
for that sacrifice, Martin? Mordekainen?
is he even here?
No, I thought we were in the hall talking to ourselves.
Oh, I thought we were in
Yeah.
the tower.
let's look
Uh,
and see what defenses he has, and we can decide whether we
Oh yeah,
can
we
hear
can
it.
go in and ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, that's why we strike hard. We throw our arsenal at them. We keep fighting them if they're following us. We
And
take
I
out
mean,
as many as they can.
and actually, like, if they're rigged to explode,
We can trigger them.
We can pre-trigger them so that way they don't explode on us and maybe
That's a
explode on each
better
other.
idea. I'd rather do that than make them come here. That's what I was trying to make sure that we didn't lose the place we were staying.
No wonder this guy got kidnapped. Kind of a pussy.
Well, it wasn't like I came to Avernus on purpose, so.
When did you get here?
He doesn't know.
Well, I'd rather live against Ragadrag and then I'll tell you.
No, I don't. It's not an all-in situation. I'm pretty sure he remembers at least most of how he got here.
Oh, I do,
Now, he said
but
he's been here so long that he doesn't remember.
no, I
He doesn't
don't.
remember where he's from. Not that
Yes,
he
I
doesn't
have
remember how he got here.
basically dealt with San, but I will not forget how I got here.
Well, I'm not really. I'm not really bothered by that. I mean, it's nothing good.
Mhm.
But I'm just expendable like everything else. It's fine.
No,
Me and you both,
no,
buddy.
no. Mm-mm.
Well, uh, it sounds like we got our plan though.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
All
Rhea,
right.
are you on board?
Yes, sounds good.
Okay, Lulu?
Oh, am I coming?
Yeah, buddy, of course.
Oh, great.
Little guy.
Lulu
Okay,
is the littlest guy.
and then Nevi-3. Okay, so yeah. Let's just make
Meow.
sure the tower fortifications are set. Maybe let's get the little mechanics on some sort of detonation trigger thing. I'm assuming Jaco can help with that.
Oh, I
Um,
was
and
honestly just
so
thinking. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if we just have those explosive spears,
But we don't know how many they have or how many they've made.
Jacob, do you know how many of those things of the war boys they got?
Jason, do I have a rough estimation of how many of the smaller, like, outer ones that he has on him?
Of the like the exploding war machines.
Basically anything that's outside of his out of his main one, yeah.
Oh, let me check.
I did kind of miss how much Olin just went with the flow, but I do admit probably good that we have someone who can pull back on the reins, even if we are admittedly disregarding it. Hey, remember when Sulkez cast heat metal on a fucking dragon?
Oh, that
Nope.
was insane.
Oh, that was
No,
insane. Shut up.
Um,
that sounds pretty badass though.
four,
I did ask.
Mark, to answer your question.
Total or for exploding?
Four exploding.
So he has 4 more exploded ones that are rigged to explode, so those are the ones going to be full of the other lichens that are ready for kamikaze.
Yeah, so all we have to do is make 4 little detonator things. I can get up close to make sure it doesn't miss. I've absorbed 1 hit, I can absorb some others.
Oh god. That's just me laughing.
I'm fucking indestructible. Nothing's killed me yet.
Got the power of have the power of Zariel and anime on my side.
Ah!
Oh my god, Jaco, have I looped you in? I'm a
No.
Zariel tiefling. She's like my mom, so kind of like royalty.
Why don't you have her just help us with Raga Draga then? If she's your mom.
She doesn't answer my emails. She doesn't answer my letters.
Got it, so you were thrown away just like us. Perfect. Alright. So, are we going to talk to Mordecai, or are we going to just drive out there blindly?
Let's talk to him first to make sure, like, if we have to
Yeah.
come back here, he'll like protect the place.
Yeah, he knows what's coming.
Sounds
I don't
good.
want to leave it as an option for him, by the way, because I feel like if we leave it as an option, he's going to say no. I've learned from my week virtually alone with Mordenkainen that if you just if you just go, hey, I'm gonna steal all of the paint and alchemical ingredients to make paint. Bye. He's like, okay. Like he really does not like expending thought force on anything besides spheres.
Mhm.
Poor
Okay.
Mordenkainen. He's he's had his personality trait picked out for him.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, whether or not that's true is up to Jason.
He,
Germina says shit.
he ponders the orbs.
He's always he's fucking pondering, dude.
Well, if that's his bag, then I can handle that because that's basically mom when she's has like projects coming up.
Your mom?
Yeah.
You have a mom?
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's kind of hot. She stooped Marty's nanny. Cheated like on Marty's dad and everything. Like divorced. It's
That part
crazy.
I don't think I needed to know.
No, you didn't need to know.
Now I don't really
No.
want to tell you how I got here because I feel like my personal information will just be thrown around.
Well, it's only thrown around here.
That's as far as I've known you so far, and you've already spilled people's tea.
Okay, then keep
No,
it
I
to
expected this.
yourself. Sorry, what
I
was
was
that,
well
baby?
aware this would be a thing. I was well aware this would be a thing. It's fine.
Okay, and he will start climbing out and going to see Mordecai.
Okay.
Mario will
Uh,
just very quickly be like, "Hey, Mordenkainen, we're going to go deal with Ragadraga. Just so you know, we're going to be, we might have to come back here. So see you then. Bye."
sounds good.
Be prepared. We might bring back stragglers that are gonna explore the tower.
All right.
See? Fucking told ya! God! No, okay, sorry. I've been building up. I've been kind of hoping to catch him at the windfall of a sphere talk, and then I can ask for money.
You're gonna ask him for money. He's clearly broke.
No, he's not.
He's
Oh
getting
my
by on
god.
magic. He's getting by on magic and naps.
No,
He's
no, he's not broke. I swear. Do you know how much a hero's feast costs?
Yeah,
Then why would
they're
you
not
take his
lot.
cheap.
money? Then why would you take his money?
Because he has so fucking much of it. I know he does. He's got a
Maybe he
bonus
has.
dimension for his freezer.
Maybe he has one of those things that like my sister has. She's got like 2 different necklaces that she uses specifically to help her cast shit, instead of using, unless it's calls for it.
Mordenkainen has spells named after him. He's
Okay.
fine. Do you know how expensive being
he
a
gets
wizard?
paid
Of
a
course,
royalty every time someone casts one
Yeah,
of
I know
them.
how. Not
Maybe.
only do I know how
Yes.
expensive being a wizard is, I also know that my sister's a fucking high femme on top of it. So budget insane.
Right. So I know Mordenkainen's got money. I know he does, and I'm gonna get it. A hell or high. What are we talking? Anyway, so we need Marty. Can you go talk to the little guys and make them make more explodey RPG missiles?
Chugga
sure.
and Clunk.
What?
Yeah, Mario will go to
Chugga
Chukka
and Clunk.
and ask for.
That's their names.
Cracker and Clank?
Ratchet? You mean
Sorry.
Ratchet and Clank?
What are their names?
Chugga.
Chaga?
Chunka.
Clunk.
Chunka and Clonk. Chunka and Clonk.
You're not in the scene.
Oh yeah, no, we're not. Sorry.
Chugga
Chunka?
and Clunk.
Clunk.
Yes.
Okay. You think I would know that when I was trying to spread a rumor about them dating or cheating on each other? I really forgot what I landed on with the rumor.
I'm
Oh,
just
I settled on
picturing
embezzling. That's what I settled on.
Leighton hearing about Ratchet and Clank embezzling funds, and he's like, "Who the fuck are Ratchet and Clank?"
And he's like, it says here they're fucking too? Approaching Chukka and Clonk, they're just getting started with their day. They are sort of pulling junk out of junk piles in and around the place where the war machine gets parked, which seems to be just how they start their day. And they also appear to be arguing by making clanking sounds back and forth at each other.
Marty will approach.
Uh, Eventually, the argument will sort of come to an end when one of them sort of spots you out of the corner of their eye and sort of throw it down and will sort of wave and make like a bell sound, similar to that like you would cling at the front of a hotel lobby or something to get an attendant to come out.
Heyo. Question. Do you guys happen to have more of those explodey spears?
Um, Clonk will open his mouth and there'll be sort of a whew, boom sound, and will scurry off and will come back holding two of them.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
You don't happen to have another two, do you? Ah, shit. Alright. This'll do. Can we can we have them? Pretty please?
Sure, kid.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. And also, if you want me to read through more of the dictionary, let me know, okay?
Okay, you hear in your own voice.
It's gotta be mildly unnerving.
A little bit. Marty will say, as she yawns very widely. Alright, well, thank you very much. I
Alright.
will see you guys around. We're gonna go destroy more Ragged Dragon stuff.
They'll start loudly making clanging noises, and will point at the junk pile, and then at themselves. Junk pile, selves, clang, 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 clang.
You're making yourself some armor?
And will point at you, and then we'll go and pick up a small piece of scrap, and we'll extend it to you.
Oh,
And
thank you.
and and then clang, and will be open its mouth and start making clanging noises, and then we'll like extend the hand towards where the scrap is.
Marty will hand it back.
Clang, 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 clang.
Oh, you want me to give back
Yes,
some crap?
yes, yes, yes.
Will do.
Thank you. You hear in your own voice.
Alright. Marty will head back.
Okay.
So,
Alright, we only got the two, but I think we can make it work.
oh, interesting. Yeah, we can make it work. Yeah, that's nothing. Two? Yeah.
We just have to
I
make
mean,
sure
if they're
close
rigged to
together.
explode, maybe we
Yeah,
could just hit them with
gotta
the
make sure they're close to each
harpoons.
other.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, is there anything more at the Tower of Urim before you all set off?
Nope.
All right. Very well. The war machine um, revs to life, and I need somebody to roll me a d4.
I got it.
All right.
Let's see, what am I working with here? Three.
3. All right. So, with that, the radio crackles to life. And you hear the sort of tail end of a broadcast. And that broadcast is um, a story about Zariel, and more specifically, a story about Zariel and Bell coming to terms with each other. And the story is ending on um, Zariel flanked by her um, war mount and a cadre of armored fighters. And standing across from Zariel is the figure Bell, which the host describes in very sort of wibbly wobbly terms, and a army of machines behind Bell, walking machines, more similar to the one that jumped aboard you all's vessel than the war machines that now dominate Hell. And hanging between them is a um, long, or two actually, long um, infernal contracts which glow with um, their agreement, their handshake on whatever particular deal it was that they made. And then after that, a vacation ad for the Pit of Shumarath plays, and the outro music.
Did you know that she made a deal with Bill?
So I feel like the main guys make a
Yes,
lot of
you,
deals.
the daughter.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I imagine she had to, right? Like, because her whole thing's keeping out Avernus from tumbling in. Bell maintains the balance, keeps the demons cold, and keeps them from flushing out
Fallen
portals. But
Yeah.
no, I didn't know. I extrapolated, but I didn't know.
Hmm.
All right.
Makes things hard.
And with that, you all pull out of the Tower of
Yeah, we do.
The Tower of Erm, and set off into the Avernian Wastes for the first time, not with a destination in mind, but a target. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Hell yeah.
There we go. All right. I guess not much needs to be said. We will see you all next week for a massive battle that's about to take place. So we will see you all then. Bye, everybody.